So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to set up a relay event in RaceJoy. So the main thing that you'll first want to set up is you want to make sure you have different registration events for your relay event as well as your non-relay event. So in our example, we have two registration events, a half marathon event, and then also a half marathon relay event. So once you've enabled each event for RaceJoy, when you're setting up the course, it's important that you set the proper course processing type for either the individual event versus the relay event. So the regular individual half marathon will still be set up for standard course processing, but for your relay event, you'll want to make sure that you change the processing type from standard to relay. Now, the reason why you have to do this is for RaceJoy to work properly for relay events. There are a whole lot of backend settings and a different user experience so that it allows us to tie the phones together. So this can only be done once the relay processing type is set up. Now, the other differences in terms of setup is for relay events, you have to set up your exchange zones in the map. So here in our regular half marathon, you can see I've already got the course loaded in. I've set up all of the timing configuration and everything looks good here. But for the relay event, there's going to be a couple of different little settings that you'll have to do. So first, it's still very similar to how you would set it up normally. You would select actions, import, and load in your KML file. You'll generate markers at every mile. We'll set up our timing configuration and enter in the distance for the finish. And now the last step that you'll have to do that is different than a in-person individual half marathon is we'll have to load in and set up our exchange markers. So in this example, let's just say this is going to be a two-person half marathon and the exchange location is going to be right around halfway, so around 6.5 miles into the race. So let's hypothetically just say that the exchange zone is going to be right here before this particular highway. So you'll come up here and select the Add a Marker button, and we'll go ahead and add our exchange zone onto the map. We'll select the hand icon back in the top right-hand corner to stop drawing. We'll click into the marker to start customizing it. And let's go ahead and name this exchange 1. We'll set the category as a start and finish. Now this is really important because this is indicating that this is going to be the start of one leg and the finish of another leg. The title, we'll give it the same title as the name, so we'll name it exchange 1. We'll set the icon for the relay exchange icon. And using this calculate distance, we're going to take this distance of 6.52. We can click on it, and that will copy it. We'll save this marker. We'll head into the timing configuration. And you can see here, exchange 1 has been added. And let's go ahead and paste that distance that GPS calculated. And now that we've got this marker added in, the last step is to go ahead and mark in the timing configuration that exchange 1 is an exchange point, and we'll do that using this column right here. And then we'll also want to do the same thing for the finish. Now the reason why we also do this for the finish is RaceJoy needs to know when each leg is going to be finishing. So you'll just want to mark that, that the finish marker is also the end of an exchange point technically. We'll go ahead and save that, and then we can close. We can save our map and certify the map and get that race live into the app. Now, if you have multiple exchange zones, so if you have a maybe 4-person marathon, you would simply add an exchange marker for each of your exchange zones and then kind of follow the same prompt. Name each exchange marker as exchange 1, 2, 3, 4, and then check on the exchange point column for each of those markers plus the finish. Then, like I said, you can save and certify, and that's all you have to do.